Hello, welcome to the queue. It is Italy, turn 7, Operation Big One. They have $11 to spend. They're going to lend lease an anti-aircraft gun to Spain, then with the remainder an infantry and 2 militia, spending all 11. Their tech roll is radar, and it is a 7, and doesn't really matter what color the dice is, and it's an 11. Is that, yeah, 11. So they will go up to 3. Nice. Everyone's at stage 3 on radar. That's rolling for it, I should say. All right, so that's that. Let's get rid of the 11. And let's declare war on Britain. So that means U.S. will go up 5. So they're getting dangerously close to the coming into the war thing. All right, I think what we'll do is we'll go to the other side of the table. All of Italy is down there. Move my dice bag down there. All right. So let's just sit here for a second and I'll walk around. We didn't declare war yet. We're going to move our Navy first, and then we're going to declare war. But I wanted to move the U.S. income while I was over there so that I didn't forget. So all these ships will move through the Suez Canal, and they will not be able to attack the transport as well, and they will sit in I-5. So that is a battleship, that is 2 heavy cruisers, that is a light cruiser, 4 destroyers, 1 transport, 1 torpedo boat destroyer, and they're all in I-5. And at this point, we declare war on Britain, and then the U.S. goes up to 5. So we already took care of that. All right, so now let's make our attacks. Now that we're these guys are all dead. There's not dead. They have no more function this turn. They can't non-com. They can't move anything. I am probably a turn ahead of where I wanted to be with Italy on this declaration of war. But I think I had to do that before Britain started populating all these open territories. So let's do our combat. We have an airborne. Eritrea, there's an air base. We'll come out 1, 2. You know what? Let me put my marker. I got a plane marker somewhere. He'll have a movement of 5 left because I got the air base. I may send him back to Rome. So there's my airborne. So that is 1 in Transjordan. All these ships are in Egypt. So that's that. We got 1 infantry here in Abyssinia, which will walk into British Somaliland. That's no effect. We've got a light armor in Abyssinia, which will blitz Tanganyika, Rhodesia. That's no effect. I'll leave that there and turn that over when I count the income. I'm going to also send infantry and an artillery and a cavalry into Tanganyika because they can't blitz with that tank. So this is 1 infantry left. He'll go into Nubia along with an infantry from, oh, you know what? The 1 infantry that's left in Abyssinia, I'll take that ship, move him over there into Eritrea. So now we can move him over here into Sudan. So I got to have somebody to go to Sudan, or maybe that cavalry. Nah, we'll just do it that way. All right, so that leaves 2 infantry and a marine in Eritrea. The 2 infantry will go into Nubia. The marine and the fighter are just going to do nothing. How about that? So that's a nothing. That's a point. That's a point. That's a point. Going here into Western Egypt will be 1, 2, 3, 4 infantry and an artillery from Kryanika. We're going to leave that motorized there. I think that's going to be good because we're going to need our planes in Tobruk. This tactical bomber will come out and go on map. This seaplane will come out and go on map. These 2 coastal subs will come over and they will convoy. So I got 4 convoys in that sea zone there, M4. That means this fighter has nothing to do now, so I'm going to put a marker there to remind me to move him. I should have done that earlier. He's going to fly back. I believe that's it. So we've got this sub here in A48, which is a fleet sub. Comes out 1 into 47, and then 2 into 46. The coastal sub just comes down into 46, and we're going to see if we can snipe that French light cruiser. And I think that's all our combat. So all these were walk-ons over on this side. And yeah, so we're going to roll for our convoying and this attack here. So let's roll this attack here first. Let's see. So the white dice will be the coastal sub, and it's at a 2. The yellow dice will be at a 3, and these are first strikes because there's no destroyer in that zone. We got a 2. So that is, light cruiser is gone, and there's no, that's just my marker. So those ships will stay there, those 2 subs. And that is that. All right, so far we're off to a good start. All right, so let's convoy. We got 2 coastal subs at +1. So the attacking dice will be the large gray, and I think the 1 is the German cross. All right, so the first coastal sub gets +1 to its dice. Of course, that's a failure. Second coastal sub. All right, so we got 6 to 4. That is 2. All right, so we get 2 off that coastal sub there. Now we have the tactical bomber and the seaplane, and those are both at +1. Same as the coastals. All right, so here's the seaplane. That's a failure. And here is the tactical bomber. So that is a 4 to 1. So that is 3. Is that right? Yeah, +1. All right, so we got it for 5 of the 6 possible points for the convoy zone. All right, so that is it. Oh, that's for we're Lend-Leasing over here, so that sub doesn't interdict. All right, so let's fly our planes. They come off map. The tactical and the seaplane both go into Tobruk, which is kind of why we left our infantry there. And this fighter here in Sardinia is going to go to Rome. And I think this air transport, I think it's going to come back here to Eritrea because we got that air base. Although I could go over here to Tobruk. It's 1-2, 1-2, but I have the air base with the extra move. So I'm going to come back here to Eritrea. That fighter's just going to sit there. Or should I move it up to Tobruk? No, I may need it down south here for the next round of assaults. All right, so let's do our income. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so I'm going to set this down. You can look at my lovely convoying. And we'll grab that. So we will go up 4 for Italy. And Britain will go down 4. So 14, and they go to 22. All right. So now this mountain here in northern Italy will also move to Rome. I think that's the only other move I had. I didn't mark it. Yeah, everything else is staying put. That looks like it is it. All right, so let's grab our stuff. So we've got our anti-aircraft gun, which will come out of northern Italy into Catalonia. Our infantry can only be placed here in northern Italy because our factory is now cut off by the Suez Canal on the supply lines. So I got one militia here in Sardinia. Where was I putting that other militia? Oh, you know what? That's what I was doing. I was putting the militia here in Cyrenaica and the motorized. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. The motorized, let's trade out. The motorized will go into Egypt and we'll leave an infantry and he'll walk over to Tripoli so he doesn't get surrounded. Not that it matters him rolling at a 1 or a 2, but so that should be how we are. We made an adjustment on that motorized. All right, so that is it. So our income for the next turn will be 14. So that is 10, 13, 14. And there are British ships. Yes, there's 2 destroyers and a torpedo boat destroyer. So no bonus for Britain or for Italy. Let's do a recap. Northern Italy is an infantry. Rome is 3 militia and a mountain and a fighter. Southern Italy is a militia. Sardinia is a militia and a mountain. C-Zone M4 is 2 coastal subs. Tripoli militia. Tripolitania infantry. Cyrenaica militia. Tripoli or Tobruk is an infantry militia tactical bomber seaplane. Western Egypt is a motorized artillery 3 infantry. Nubia 2 infantry. Sudan 1 infantry. C-Zone I-5 is our fleet, which I called out earlier when they moved. Eritrea is a fighter, air transport, marine. Transjordan is a airborne. Infantry in British Somaliland. Militia in Italian Somaliland. Tanganyika is an infantry, artillery, cavalry. Rhodesia is a light armor. And Sudan is infantry. And I think the last items are the coastal sub and regular sub in A46. And that is it for Italy. Not too shabby entry into the war. We'll see how many turns it takes before they take their beating.